What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another live today. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get straight into it. Hope everyone is doing well. I started live right now because I did actually just take a short for AR. I do think that we could come down, and I'll run through it quickly, but just entered a short here for AR. Did a 5x leverage because it's quite a weird coin in terms of like the volatility. Like my stop loss, I'll explain it right now, but we did take a short at current market price for AR over here. You can see entry is just around about here. So just took a short for AR. We'll see how it plays out. But essentially, what I'm looking at for the day is still quite bearish on some coins and quite bullish on other coins. So I'm just going to be playing the coins how they look. Don't really want to have a bias on either or coins. But if we just look at AR, I mean, it's technically still bearish, still respecting this trend line at the top over here on the 4-hour time frame. If we have a look at the 1-hour time frame, same thing, right? Still respecting this retest here. I mean, it's a beautiful retest of that low. And we just got the 1-hour close now for AR. So have a look at this. If you bring the Fibonacci from that high to the low, we do have the 618 getting rejected there. So are shorting AR right now. I'm shorting AR. So yeah, let's see what happens. Good morning. It does look like we're going to come down a little bit. We are getting a bit of a push here. Beautiful. My TP is pretty much just this box over here. Yeah, there it is. Starting to move a little bit here. It's a quick little trade. I'll be honest with you. That's why I started a little bit early so you guys can jump in with me. Hopefully you guys got a good entry like I did. Yeah, I mean, it's on multiple time frames. We are getting a rejection from that box. I mean, it would have been better if we just entered at that level. But like what I was saying is if you look on the lower time frames, even on the 30-minute now, we did actually just close below this level over here, which is quite interesting, right? We closed below this 50-day moving average. Even on the 15, we closed that. That's why I actually entered based on that. But yeah, we'll see if London session can give us a little bit of a push. We don't really have a top wick for the 4-hour candle that literally just opened right now, which is a little bit interesting. But we'll see if this can play out. It's a very, very the risk to reward is quite good. The stop loss is going to be, it's only 0.46%, so you could actually use a 10x, and your TP is around about 1%. Okay, so it's 1:2 risk to reward for the setup for AR. So we'll see. Which coin are we shorting? Yeah, it's called AR. But I think we probably look at some other coins because it's, to be honest with you, it's not like the best setup because of how we're targeting this low. Like it's not the greatest setup. So let's have a look at some other coins. I want to quickly talk about Bitcoin because it's quite interesting to see what happened yesterday. So if we look at Bitcoin, very, very nice recovery. I'll be honest with you. Bitcoin recovered very, very, very nicely. You can see that on the daily time frame, we pretty much reacted from that range high. On the daily, we did actually come down, retest that trend line, right? That everyone has been speaking about for the last couple of months, that trend line over there. We did have a nice little retest over there. On the 4-hour time frame, we did actually close quite well. We closed bullish and we did come back up into the range. So if you look at Bitcoin, just looking at the chart right now, we're still trading back in the range, right? So technically, Bitcoin right now, you can kind of just look at it as it's neither bullish or bearish. It's kind of just stuck in a range, right? So this kind of just looks like a fake out for a potential push higher, which is something to look at, right? It is something to look at. We could come higher here for Bitcoin. We look at the 1-hour time frame. I kind of like how Bitcoin is actually holding this level over here, which is actually quite interesting. If we look at the 30-minute, same thing. The 30-minute did actually close bearish right now, but everything's kind of holding. So what I want to look at for the day is I kind of just want to look at certain coins that we could get a potential trade on. Because if Bitcoin kind of just ranges, right? If Bitcoin just ranges, then there's going to be a lot of altcoins that are actually going to start to move either to the upside or the downside, depending on what the market structure is looking like for the coins, right? So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there with some setups. Okay, so if you guys have any coins, let me know. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Which coin are we shorting? Yeah, so also another coin that I think Matt actually posted the setup, guys, in the group, if I'm correct. Yeah, so this is the Shiba entry. I actually got in yesterday, and then I added more over here, like 0.7 sorry, 178, sorry, 1718. Honestly, this looks amazing. Like, I'll be honest with the daily time frame closed beautifully. We're closing respecting this trend line. We had a beautiful bottom wick, grab liquidity, closed back above the range. It looks good. Shiba does look good to continue to the upside today. The problem is we have to get above this point of control sitting at this level over here. We have to start closing above there. This morning we did get rejected from that zone, so it's nothing. It's nothing really we can do right now. If you didn't get this entry over here, I mean, you could still look at to enter the setup, because I do think that Shiba is most probably going to take off very, very soon. It's looking very, very juicy. Looking very, very juicy. So this is the setup that I am currently in. Matt did actually post the setup. So yeah, I didn't. That's why I didn't bother posting it. Matt had it covered. He literally had the same setup as me. So yeah. Still looks good though. I mean, it's currently pretty much at an entry. I'll be honest with you. Um, let's have a look. So we got with Shib, Floki, Shib, Pepper, Near, Phantom, Sri, Ape, and good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so I do think that Sheep is beautiful. It's looking really, really good. Um, I like it's kind of broken out over here. Let's be honest. Like, if we do look at this, it's looking like a bit of a retest of that level. And I like how it's starting to make like these higher lows right now, which is a good sign. Which is a good sign where we have these higher lows starting to form for Shiba, right? So as long as Bitcoin consolidates today, guys, I do think that some altcoins are gonna move. So I know a lot of you guys are skeptical with taking longs right now because we had that massive dump yesterday. But I do think that this could have just been a fake out, right? Honestly, it just could have been a fake out. So I think Shiba longs are valid. Shiba longs are valid at this price. In the 4 hours still looks fine. We are still getting rejected from that point of control, but I like how we are closing still above this level over here. Okay. I love this bottom wick as well. This is a beautiful bottom wick that we love to see. It's actually it reminds me of something very, very similar, right? Reminds me of something very, very similar. Do you guys remember Solana, right? When Solana was actually, respecting that. What I mean, Solana is just absolutely bullish right now. But do you guys remember when Solana is respecting these 125 levels, right? We have this massive bottom wick and then we get a push, right? Same thing with over here, massive bottom wick push. Same thing here, massive. I mean, this was a fake out, but it's a similar concept, guys, with Shiba right now. Same thing. We break support, but then we actually start closing back above the level. So I do think that Shiba is good for entries, guys. I know that Matt did post it, so I'm not going to post it. I'm pretty sure most of you guys are probably in this trade anyway. So yeah, it looks decent. I'll be honest with you, it looks good. I like how it's looking. Even on the 15 looks fine, and the 30 minutes looks good. So Shiba entries looks beautiful here. All right. So Shiba looks beautiful. What else you guys looking at? Is there another group did not see the ship post? I think Matt posted it, right? Matt posted the Shiba trade yesterday. He posted it in the swing setups. I did see it. I did see it there. So I mean, I didn't. I honestly didn't take it because Matt posted it. So just there's no point of me sending another signal that Matt's sending. Um, but yeah, I do think it's a good setup. I do think it's a good setup. You could take it now. I'll be honest with you. You could take it now. Just having a look here to see where he posted it. Yeah, she looks really, really nice. I'll be honest with you guys. She looks really, really good. Really, really good. Right, so that's Shiba, guys. I would probably, if I was you, I'd probably enter the long now. We current coming back to quite a key zone here. There's a bit of an order block sitting over here as well. So within this zone is a good entry. This is just a retracement. I don't think you should be scared of anything like that. Um, Honestly, it still looks really good. Like, it still looks really, really nice. So let's see what happens today. Shiba looks really, really good. So this would be the setup. Basically, you guys would have probably just long right now. And then, yeah, you'd be targeting these highs over here. Something like this. You can even just put stop losses just below this low. Very, very simple setup. Okay. Yeah. So Shiba long is 100%. Yes. Okay. So this is the setup. Very, very nice. I mean, my entry was a little bit better because what actually happened is I entered here, right? And then last night we had that massive dump. So I think I entered another one here. So my average cost is probably around about here. But like I said, this is just continuation. We're still respecting this trend line over here. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy, but looks good. Looks good. So Shiba longs, guys, definitely valid here. Definitely valid. Yes, Shiba long. Yeah, yeah. What leverage? 10x leverage for Shiba. Yeah, because your stops are going to be below here, so you have a 0.9% stop loss. Your TP is going to be at around about here, around about 3.6%. So you're looking at a 36% win. So it's a great setup. I mean, I would take this any day of the week. So Shiba definitely looking sexy for a long. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, definitely looking good for a long. All right. So that is the trade. Can you explain how adding to your position on CoinW, as I've added to Bitcoin trade yesterday, but I don't understand how it affects the P&L? Yeah. So basically, adding to your position, it's basically you adding more margin to your trade, right? And then once you adding more margin to your trade, if it keeps going down, so let's just say you added like, so for example, right? Let's just say you took a trade for Shiba around about here, right? You took a trade over here with $100, right? 100 $100 over here at this level. Okay. Then you saw, okay, Shiba's actually coming down. I want to add more right over here. So you add another $100 over here. Okay. So now you have $200, right? Which $200 in this trade. Okay. But instead, you added, so you've entered here and then you've entered here. So because now you've entered two positions, right? You've entered a trade here for $100. You've entered another trade here for $100. But what it's going to do is it's going to average your cost, right? So it's going to average your cost to around about halfway between this entry and this entry. So instead of you entering here, you would be entering over here because you've added to your position. So now your position is worth $200 and you're getting a better position. So your ROI will definitely change, right? Because you would be in a negative if the price was down here, but because you're entering here, you would be now in a positive. If that makes sense. So adding to positions is good if you're confident in the setup. I mean, I wouldn't recommend just adding to any trade. You have to be confident in the setup. You have to have a few things that you're looking at. You can't just randomly add to a position because, essentially you could be worse off if you keep adding that and the market just keeps going down. So, yeah. Add to my sheep trade. Yeah, yeah. So you can just add at whatever price. I mean, you like for the sheep setup, if you want to add here, if you've entered wherever Matt entered on the signal that he gave, then if you want to add over here, you just add to position on CoinW. It's very simple. You can use the merge function. It's called the merge function. Right. Right. What else are we looking at? If you guys are new to the channel, welcome, guys. We do go live every single day. Today we are looking at a long here for Shiba. We're in this long for Shiba right now. What else are we looking at today? Everything it's a little bit weird today. I'm not gonna lie. Like some coins This was that near trade I took yesterday. I actually ended up getting, I took some profits over here and then getting stopped out at break even. But yeah, it was quite a good setup from yesterday. We took this in the live as well. Another trade that we took in the live was this A trade. I hope you guys did take the setup. This was a beautiful trade. It was a 10% move. So that was beautiful. But what else are we looking at? I think AVAX looking good for longs. I know Matt also did post a long for AVAX. Beautiful rejection over here for AVAX as well. Getting rejected beautifully from that 50-day moving average, right? So AVAX looking really, really good, because what I'm liking about AVAX, similar setup to what Matt was saying, is that AVAX is currently at the 50-day. Whenever we tap into this zone and we do get a liquidity sweep to the downside, look what happens to the next candle. We normally see quite a big move to the upside. So AVAX is currently positioning itself in that direction, right? So honestly, looking really, really good here for AVAX. Let's try find an entry here. Let's try find an entry over here. All right, so AVAX. Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a gap over here that we're currently sitting in right now. Currently sitting in this gap over here. Looking so good. I like how it's pretty much creating these highs and lows right now as well. So this was the structure shift, right? So basically we had this downtrend, right, for AVAX. So just be honest with yourself. Looking at the chart, be honest with yourself. We're in this downtrend right now for AVAX, right? And then this was this previous high. Then what actually happened? We did break this previous high. I'm gonna go long here, guys. I'm gonna go long for AVAX at the current price. I know I'm pretty much just stealing Matt's trades. It seems like this way, but the lower time frames, I'm going long here for AVAX, guys. AVAX longs. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go with 10x leverage here. All right. AVAX longs, AVAX longs, AVAX longs. Quickly. Need to jump into this one as quick as possible. Yeah. AVAX longs, bang. We're going for 10x leverage here. Looks like a beautiful setup. I love how the daily candle's looking. Everything's kind of playing out for AVAX here. All right, so check 3 estimated resistance might go up. Okay, wait. Just make sure you guys are on the setup here. We've got AVAX longs. We've got AVAX. We have AVAX longs right now. Take profit. Remember, take profit. We're gonna have a little bit of a stagger take profit. Okay, where's the take profit going to be? Right. So let's have a look at the 4 hour. So can you see what I'm looking at right now, guys? It's the lower time frames are showing a bit of a reversal to the upside, right? Even though the daily time frame looking like we had quite a bearish closure, right? We did have a bearish closure, but still respecting that daily that 50-day moving average, right? So the 4 hour time frame, same thing. We obviously need to start getting back above this level. I'll be honest with you. This level needs to be the key zone over here for AVAX. We need to start getting back above that zone. So that's going to be TP1 for AVAX. And then TP2 is just going to be at the top of this 50-day, 4-hour candle moving average at the top of there. So this is going to be the setup for AVAX. Entry, we currently at entry price pretty much. Looks good. I'll be honest with you. Doesn't look too bad. Stop loss is going to be just below this wick. You literally, you can keep it as tight as you want over here. I'm literally putting below this wick because I do think that if we start breaking below here, we should see price move more down. But like I said, this setup, it's based on a bit of actually ICT setup, I guess. I mean, we do have a gap over here, so expecting price to pump from that gap. But yeah, nothing too crazy. We are kind of just hedging a little bit right now because we're in a long for AVAX. We're also in another setup for what are we in? We're in Shiba. So if you guys did just join as well, still in the Shiba trade. So AVAX longs, Shiba longs. That is going to be the game plan right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. You entered to AVAX. I did enter AVAX. And I'm in Shiba too. So I'm in 2 setups right now, AVAX and Shiba. Okay, what else you guys looking at today? Let me know. So I know people were looking at what? Sweet, right? Yeah, do you guys remember in our the live yesterday we took some profit for Swede there and then got stopped out at break even. Um, Swede looking good. I'll be honest with you. Swede's I think a bit too strong, too short. So I won't be. We did try to catch a bit of a short yesterday. We got a little bit of profits and got out. But if we look at the daily, I like how it closed respecting the weekly resistance, because if we look at the 1 week time frame, that is your weekly high. So as long as we stay above there, this can just continue to pop. Honestly, this can continue to pop. The daily holding that level, 4 hour time frame. Obviously this is starting to look a little bit bearish. We are still we're respecting this 50-day moving average. The entry for long for SWE would have to be around about here, right? So this would probably be the entry for SWE. If we can come down a little bit lower, that'd be amazing. If we can come down a little bit lower for SWE, that would be amazing. Back into the box, I'll probably look at it long. But for now, not really in that. Not really in that. I'd rather wait for price to come down a little bit lower here for SWE. Okay. All right. So those are the setups, guys. Did try start the stream a little early so we can all jump in the trades. We can all jump in. Let's have a look at Ethereum quickly, because I took a short this morning for Ethereum, but it was really like a scalp setup. I literally just it was really basic setup. I took a trade from this high over here. There was a bit of bearish divergence on the 15 over there, but yeah, it looks like currently market's just currently ranging. So as long as Ethereum stays within the zone, we should just see a bit of a range for the day. But we'll see what happens. I do think that some coins looking bearish, some coins looking bullish. It's one of those days. But as long as Ethereum stays above this level over here, it should be fine. The problem with ETH is looking a lot more bearish than most coins, because we did actually, if you look at ETH, I mean, it's crazy what actually happened. We did actually tap into that zone. Remember yesterday we were looking at that zone. I was looking to short ETH the whole way down yesterday, but there was just too. Sorry, I'm not on ETH. My bad. I'm not on ETH. So this is what I was looking at for ETH. So basically, we did break that box. We got a massive dump straight into the zone. I mean, it was a beautiful setup. Just didn't really plan out to what I was expecting. And I didn't think we'd get that much of a push, but yeah, we did actually get that push. But we need to start reclaiming this 50-day moving average here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for ETH here. Let's see on the lower time frames, like the 10-minute and the 15. Starting to come down a little bit here. Let's see if we can hold this level here. If we don't hold that zone, we'll see what happens. But I do think that we're most probably just going to consolidate for the day. So I'm mainly looking at longs there. I'll be honest with you guys. I know the market seems a little bit bearish right now, but I do think that there's some coins that really want to bounce. So you kind of just have to play it by what the coins are looking like. You can't really trade based on Bitcoins there, because Bitcoin's just back in the range, right? Bitcoin's back in the range, so you can't really trade what Bitcoin's doing. Because if we have a look at Bitcoin quickly, before I jump into all your suggestions, guys, like I said, I think a little bit earlier, what I was saying for Bitcoin is it's still back in the range over here. We have all these wicks over here. I mean, look how strong these wicks over here to the left are, right? So we have wicks over here, all these wicks, and we're still closing respecting this level. So for me, I kind of just want to wait for Bitcoin to at least close above these levels for me to even look at a long. But the entry would have been down here, right? The entry would have been down here at this 60, 65, 600 zone. So if you miss that entry, you can't really enter now. I wouldn't enter now. I'll be honest with you. It's just not really looking good. But if we look at the 15, what is happening right over here? Let's have a look here. Okay, so if we look at Bitcoin on the lower time frame, we can see right over here we have support, very, very strong support right now on the 15. We can start to see it starting to form a bit of a pattern as well. Bit of a nothing too crazy though. This could definitely pop out if we do get a bit of a push, mainly onto the upside. This is something to look at for the day. I'll be focusing more to the upside, guys. More to the upside. Okay, AVAX TP, yeah. So all right. So the AVAX setup. Let me just pull it up. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Yeah. Why is it not putting it up? Oh, I'm on the wrong chart. Okay. So the AVAX setup. Where is it? AVAX. Starting to actually come down a little bit here. The stop loss for AVAX. So the stop loss for AVAX is just going to be that previous low. So if we look in the 15, you should put it just below this level over here. Looking at a 1% move to the downside, so like a 10% loss on this if it does hit. But yeah, not looking too good. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. We should see a bounce from this level here. We should see a bounce. So let's hope we can get a bounce over here. We also have a zone over here that needs to hold. So we want to put our stops below that zone for AVAX. Okay. So we've got two zones that need a bounce from. This would be the first zone over here. The second zone would be the one where we entered. Okay. So we'll see if we can get a push for AVAX. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So AVAX longs for the day, guys. AVAX longs. What else are we looking at? This is that Shiba. If you guys did just join now, Shiba's come straight back down to that to our entry zone. I do think that Shiba is going to pump there. Just looking at the charts, it just looks really, really good. It's a setup I would probably take any day of the week. So yeah, Shiba looks good. I mean, it's back at the entry, so you still got the time to enter the setup here. Bit of a retracement right now, but nothing to be scared of. AVAX still looking good. Let's see if we can get a push. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well today. Hopefully we can get some W's today. Yesterday we caught three nice trades in the live stream, so we'll see if we can get a nice little trading day today. Let's see what happens. I mean, every day is different. If the setups don't play out, they don't play out, which is why we do have our stop losses in place. Yeah, it's important to always have your stops, guys. Always have a stop loss, because essentially if we're wrong, then this could just continue to the downside. But I mean, this is just showing a bit of market structure shift, right? So for AVAX, I mean, it's pretty much showing that we've broken this downtrend right now. If we do look at this, we have this downtrend, right? Okay. And then what we want to see is we want to see a break of the previous high of that downtrend, and then a retest of like a specific level, right? So that is currently what we've got right now for AVAX. Okay, hope that makes sense. You didn't give the TP for AVAX. Yeah, so TP1 is at TP1. Let's put it up. Bang. TP1 is going to be at 27.716. And then TP2 is going to be just at 27.60. Yeah. So these are going to be the trades. All right. So that is something to look at, guys. And then obviously Shiba, we are long. So two setups right now. What's your take on Atom? Let's have a look at Atom. What is my take on Atom? That's actually a good question. That is a good question. Let's have a look at Adam. Let's have a look at Adam. I mean, Adam looking juicy. We still above the 50-day. I love how we're just respecting this level here, which is a good sign. If we do look at the 1 hour time frame, we can see that we are still holding this trend line over here. But I'll be honest with you, this is a bear flag, right? This is not looking good. So basically, looking like, if we have to be honest with ourselves here, Atom has a potential to actually break this level and come down to around about these zones over here, right? So this could be a bit of a hedge play today if we are looking for these longs for Shiba, right? I think later on we might have to take some shorts for Atom, because this is a bear flag. Not saying that it's going to play out, but essentially, if we do break this level over here, we do have a target of from current price here is looking at a 3% move. So something to look at for Atom, guys. Atom potentially could come down for the day. So we'll see what happens. Okay. But right now, not valid yet. We have to wait for the 1 hour candle to close. So if the 1 hour candle can close below this level, then I will be looking at a short. So we'll see. Essentially, the setup would look something like this. We get a closure below this level here. We look to take shorts over here. I'll put stop loss just above this wick over here. Risk to reward of 1 is to 2.3. Very, very simple setup. Nothing too crazy. But that's something that I would look at for Adam. Yeah. Yes, I mean I am still long. If you said hope you're long on AVAX, yeah, I am long on AVAX. I'm expecting a bounce here, guys. Let's see if we can get it. I may be wrong, but I do think it's a possibility. I do think it's a possibility to get a bounce here. This is a good zone to long at. We do normally see a bit of a bounce from this type of level over here. So we'll see. I'm more bullish than bearish today, so I will be looking at longs more so than shorts. But I will keep my eye on Atom, because if this does break to the downside today, then I mean obviously I'm definitely going to take that setup. Yeah. So that's nice thing with Scalp. We can catch a long right now. We can catch some longs, and then maybe later on we can catch some shorts as well. So that's going to be the setup. Let's see what Adam does here, and then also Shiba as well. This is a good entry for Shiba, guys. It's a good entry for Shiba. This is probably the only entry price you're going to get if we do get a rip today. This is probably the only place you're going to get for Shiba if you want to get some longs for the day. And I'll be honest with you, it's looking decent. It's the same type of thing. We got that market structure shift over here. We broke this downtrend. We're starting to form a new type of uptrend, right? So AVAX long right now. Beautiful. Okay, so let's see what happens. What are you looking at? You're looking at a flow-key buy zone. Let's have a look at the flow-key buy zone. What are we looking at for flow-key for a buy zone? That is a good question, and I will answer you in a couple seconds. Yeah. So flow-key buy zone. Okay. Flow-key. Let's have a look at flow-key on the daily. I mean, let's actually just delete everything here. Let's be honest. We need to have a little bit more of a clean chart here. If we have a look at flow-key on the daily time frame, I mean, it's very, very simple. Still holding certain key levels here. We do have a bit of a trend line like this, and we do have a bit of a flag, right? We do have a bit of a flag. So essentially, I love how this is actually looking for flow-key. Currently, we are still above the 50-day moving average, which is still fine. We are still trading above that 50-day moving average. So as long as flow-key stays above here, this is good. And also, if we look at the daily time frame, we are currently at resistance and support, right? So this level that flow-key's at right now is a super strong level, right? Super strong level. So as long as we stay above the zone, I do think that price could potentially go higher. So we know that, okay, what we want to do now is let's just label this quickly so we know what's happening here. So this is going to be your daily R. You want to put that to the right hand side, bang, something like that. Got our daily resistance sitting over there. Okay, daily resistance. Then if we have a look at the 4-hour time frame, let's have a quick look over here on the 4-hour. 4-hour kind of, I mean, we had a bit of a shakeout yesterday. Nothing really we can do on the 4-hour here. Still holding support. Yeah, there's a bit of, if we have a look at 30, we probably can see something here. I'll be honest with you, the lower time frames may come down here. We may come down here on the lower time frames. But for me to enter a long right now for Floki, it just doesn't really make sense. I would have to wait for a break of these highs over here. Yeah, but it's looking like a bit of an inverse head and shoulders. Basically, we have our left shoulder, our right head over here. So I will be looking at a potential long for Floki a little bit later on. But right now, just not really interested. I'll probably wait for price to close above this previous high, something like that, where we can get a push. So this would be the entry zone above here. Wait for the 1-hour candle to close above there. Because honestly, this can still come back down, test the daily resistance. Maybe look at it along at the daily resistance, but not really interested in anything right now. I'll be honest with you. Okay. What else we got? OM is similar to AVAX, it's just for the 4-hour fair value gap. Yeah, exactly. Let's actually have a look at that. Yeah, so we did get a bit of a market structure shift in most coins, which is leading me, as potentially, yeah, have a look at that. Yeah. We do have this level here, right? There is a level sitting here for OM. We could potentially see a bounce here. To be honest with you, this OM is looking a little bit more weak right now. I mean, we couldn't even break above these highs over here, which is not good. Whereas AVAX kind of broke those highs. Yeah, for me, for OM, I can't really do much for OM right now. I would probably like to see, I would want to see price take out these highs. I don't want to be taking a long at this level here because it doesn't look too good. On the 15, I'd probably, yeah, you can see over here, this is definitely a bounce zone for OM, be honest with you. There's a bounce zone. We do have this level over here as well, I'd probably look at. So what I'd want to see is potentially, if we can just get a push like something like this, then I'd look for a long. But we're not really getting that right now. Not really getting that right now. Not really getting that right now. Okay. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I mean, the markets right now, especially like most coins, they're kind of doing their own thing. So you're gonna have to just look at on a practical level. You can't really take a trade based on what Bitcoin's doing today. But yeah, let's see. So this is Shiba, guys. If you guys did just join now, we did enter Shiba long. Let's see if this can play out. So I do think that this is probably the only bounce that we're gonna get. This is probably the only bounce that we're gonna get for Shiba. So I'm trying to take advantage of this for Shiba at this point here. It is a good level to take a long. I know that we are coming down a little bit now, but this could just be a bit of a sweep to grab some liquidity to get a push higher. So we'll see. Just a little bit of patience. But yeah, if not, we'll get stops out. My hair. Yeah, no, it's actually my hair is quite long. My hair is quite long. My hair is quite long. It's a bit chaos. It's a little bit chaos. Whenever I wear a cap, I get like these massive pieces of hair that just pop out on the side. I do need a haircut. I do need a haircut. Uh, yeah, that's Spencer. That's Spencer. Do I look tired? Do I look tired? Don't see the sheep set up on the group. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the sheep setup. Matt did send it. Matt did send the setup on the group. So I'm not gonna send. I'm not gonna send the setup if Matt already sent it. He sent it AVAX. I mean, a Shiba long yesterday, right? So I'm pretty sure. But I guess if you guys want this, I'll put this in the group. Okay. I mean, it's probably just my setup anyway. AVAX AVAX coming down a little bit. Let's actually go back to AVAX to see what's happening. Um, AVAX still fine. This is the bounce zone. This is the bounce zone for AVAX. So let's see what happens. We should expect a bounce here from this level. This is a fair value gap. Price tends to bounce from these type of zones. Not saying they always do, but these type of zones they do act as some type of support slash resistance kind of thing. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. How do you control your emotions as a trader? Well, I mean, you can see I'm a really chilled guy. I don't really stress too much about trading. And the reason why is because our stop loss is always lower than I'll take profit, right? Our loss is always less than our take profit level. So there's nothing really to worry about if you always keep your stop loss at or your risk to reward above 1:2 or 1:3. You don't really have to stress. You don't really have to stress. And also, if you're risking the same amount per trade, so think about it, right? Let's just say you're risking $100 per trade, $100 per trade, right? You hit stop loss on like a minus 10%, right? So you lose $10, but then you're taking profit at like 30 to 40%. So you actually plus $40, right? So then you can lose another 3 trades, and then you'll still be in profit, right? So you see how that works out. So if you always keep your stop loss relative, always less than what your take profit is going to be, you're always going to be coming out positive, right? So just keep that in mind, right? Obviously, it has to make sense, like your stop loss levels and all that. So what I like to do is so like my stop loss here is 0.91%. Okay, so I know in my head that that my stop loss for Shiba is at 0.91. I'm losing a 10x leverage, so I'm only going to lose 9% on this trade. So if I'm using $100, I'll lose $9 on the trade. But if I hit take profit over here, if I hit TP1 over here, I'm going to be gaining $16.4, right? And if I hit TP2, I'll be getting $36. So my take profit's always going to be greater than my stop loss. Okay. All right. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's not looking too good though. For AVAX, AVAX needs to hold. AVAX needs to hold. What's happening with Bitcoin? Let's go back to Bitcoin. We need Bitcoin to hold this level, otherwise we're going to see quite a big dump here. And then we can look at some shorts, but I'm expecting Bitcoin to bounce from this level, guys. If we don't get a bounce here, then we might see a bit of a dump. So just watch out. We need Bitcoin to obviously bounce here. we are seeming to looking like we want to break this level here, which is not a good thing. Because if Bitcoin does break this level here, we are most probably going to come down. Okay, so we need to hold the support. If we break the support, it's not going to be a good thing, right? We need to hold this level. Okay, same thing with Shiba, right? Shiba needs to hold that box over there. We need to hold this trend. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. I'm expecting a bounce. I am expecting a bounce. So let's see. Let's see what happens. So Bitcoin closed below on the 5. We still have the 10 and the 15 to close, and the 30. So yeah, not looking particularly nice for longs right now. But it's still a key level to hold, right? So if we do hold this level, then it should be fine. But you're not looking good. We need to hold this level, of course, of course, of course, for Bitcoin at least. What else do we have? We go back to Floki coming back down to that zone. The daily resistance is something that I'm going to look at too long a little bit later on. But yeah, everything is kind of dumping. Yeah, we did take that AR short as well in the beginning. I'm still in that short because we have a bit of a hedge as well. Where's it's this AR here? Yeah, so this is that setup that I posted in the beginning. So we short on AR as well. Probably going to get stopped out on AVAX. Yeah. Yeah, this was a bit of a hedge setup. This was a bit of a hedge setup because the market right now is kind of Bitcoin's kind of dumping. So yeah, it's not looking too good here. Let's be honest. Ape also coming down. MKR getting smacked. AVAX. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna close out this AVAX long, guys. I'm gonna close out over here at like minus 6%. Yeah, I'm gonna close out this long here for AVAX, guys. And yeah, it's just we obviously breaking this level. It's looking like we want to come down more. Maybe later on we can look at it long or something like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna let this hit stop loss. Just gonna close it out with a small loss, a 6% loss for the setup. It looks like the market is starting to show a bit of a retracement here. I'm gonna keep Shiba though because I like Shiba. I like the setup a lot more. Shiba looks a little bit better than AVAX. You can see over here we're still respecting those levels. Still looks fine. So let's see. But yeah, looking like we're coming down, guys. There was a shift though, of structure, which is interesting, but it's not looking like we're gonna get that pump right now. Maybe only a little bit later on. We might need to see like another sweep of liquidity or something like that before we see a push higher. So yeah. Let's see. What else is there? Nia's getting smacked. MKR, AVAX, under Ape, Popcat. I took a short for Popcat yesterday. Yeah, I took Ethereum. So Ethereum is dumping as well. So that's something to look at right now. So this is not good, right? Honestly, for Ethereum, this is not good. Reason why it's not good is because essentially we couldn't even take out this level here. Whereas Bitcoin's trading, Bitcoin's back in the range, but Ethereum didn't even close above the range, right? So it's not really a valid setup. Let's have a look at the lower time frames here. Yeah, I mean, we could see a bounce here, but nothing that I could really see. AR is about to hit TP. I think, what else can we look at? I'm just going through a couple coins to see what we can trade right now. Nothing really jumping at me. Just Shiba still looks decent. We need this to flip. So we've got 10 minutes. If this can flip bullish here in 10 minutes, that would be good. Because that's going to be the 1 hour closure as well. But it looks like this could just be the top for Shiba. Let's see what happens. XRP looks good today as well. I'll be honest with you. XRP, beautiful close. We closed back above this trend over here. This is obviously that level, that weekly trend line. You know, we did actually close respecting on the daily 4 hour time frame. The 30 minute, the 15. The lower term time frame is looking decent for a push higher, but maybe we come down a little bit more first. WIF also bouncing quite nicely. We had a beautiful close. On the daily. Daily time frame did close above this level over here at around about 2.9. We are currently at the bottom of the range over here. Can this come lower? It definitely can, but this could be a potential long zone for WIF. The reason why I say that is because this is your range, and we are coming back to the bottom of the range where we did actually break all these structures over here to the left and side. Yeah. But yeah, looking like we're getting a bit of a dump right now, which is interesting. I still think Swede could be the player. Because if we do dump right now, you know, we can still take the setup for Swede. I still think that Swede's gonna be bullish within the day. So we'll see what happens. I think the main thing is when people get emotional with trading is because they're obviously risking too much. You know, if you're risking a certain amount per trade, then you know you will get emotional because you're risking money that you can't really afford to lose, right? So if you're risking a percentage of your account balance per trade, and you're keeping that consistent, right, the same percentage every time, I do think that you wouldn't really get emotional, right? But if you're risking like 50% of your account balance on a trade, then it's just like you will start getting emotional about the trade. It's just how it works. Because you're risking too much, right? You're risking too much because you want to gain. You want to gain this X percentage. You want to gain that X percentage. But you know, it doesn't really work like that. Doesn't really work like that. I'm gonna look at the Swede setup. I do like the setup, but I might not be able to take it in this because I will have to go in like 5 minutes because I do have to kick it out and some things to do. But I know today's been a bit of a dry day. We do have one stop loss and then one potential take profit for AR. Oh, we just hit take profit right now. Beautiful. If you guys are still holding this trade, I do think that you know this could just continue to drive. So it did hit take profit right now. And then obviously Shiba still waiting for that to turn around. So a bit of a average day. You know, the market's not really. Yeah, look at Ethereum. Oh my god. Looks like the dump is not over. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are going long again now, and that is why we're getting this dump. A lot of stop losses getting hit, and it's just how it works. Yeah, look at this. This is crazy. I took a short for Shiba like this morning over here. I took profit here. I thought it was going to range. I thought it was just going to range today. We get like a pump back up to these highs, and then we get some sells. But I guess that's not the case. Seeming like it's just not going to happen today. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys watching. Not much else going on. I will post some setups a little bit later if I do see anything. I'm looking at even Bonk looks decent. Not a great day today for setups, although we did get a nice AR short, but yeah, it's just not looking good. Not looking good. Ondo coming down, also not looking good. AVAX. Yeah, good thing we took out at around about here for AVAX. Nia's still looking bearish. Body looking terrible. Shiba. Yeah, Shiba is, if it closes back below this range, then it's not going to be good. Probably going to get stopped out here. Yeah, not looking good for Shiba, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to have to rethink my long, because I enter long for Shiba. Like I said, I enter long for Shiba over here, and I added to this long over here. But I mean, if we're getting a dump today, then I think that's, yeah, it's not gonna be a good setup. Okay. Shiba still looks fine though. If it holds, I mean, just needs to hold this level, but I think we might get stopped out. XRP still looks decent. WIF, probably gonna look at a long here, I'll be honest with you, for WIF. I'm definitely gonna look at a long here for WIF because we in London session right now, right? You know, we normally get a bit of a range. We don't normally see like a massive move, and also WIF is more bullish than bearish. Just because of what we got yesterday, we had quite a nice reaction. But do I take it right now? Obviously not. We're gonna have to wait for the next candle to close. So, but we are obviously above this level over here, which is quite interesting. So let's have a look at WIF. I'm looking at a potential long here. I'll let you know if I jump into this, but I want to see how we close firstly on the 1 hour, because if we start closing back below the range, it's just not going to make sense, and we're probably not going to bounce. But I'm looking at a potential long back up to the highs, right? Because this is just a range play, right? It's nothing crazy, just a range play. You can even just put stops just below this wick over here. But I'm waiting for the 1 hour, guys. Just to let you know, I'm not going to take this right now. But we'll see. Essentially, this is the level here. Yeah. Let's have a look at Bitcoin before I jump off here. Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, AR looks good. Shiba's probably going to hit stop loss, I'll be honest with you. And then, I mean, WIF still looks good. I'm probably going to take the setup soon because we're still holding that level, right? It's a strong bounce zone, so could be a good level to long. Although it's looking very weak. I don't think it's just going to break this straight away. I think we're going to bounce first and then break it maybe a little bit later, something like that. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now. I'll post these updates if I do go long. I do have to go now though. I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks again.